right? You gotta stop using the bots to get ahead of Drake. What Kendrick has done is getting out of his place. Kendrick exists best in a space where no one's critiquing him or relying on him. People have never relied on Kendrick to be a hit maker. Now, when Kendrick was his hottest between like 2013 and 20, I'll say 20, I'll say 20, I think 2017, 2018 is the high. I think that's the pinnacle of Kendrick. I think Damn is his best album. It's the most, it sounds the most like music, and that's why it's the best album because he has more songs on there that move and sound like music you could enjoy. I didn't realize that I couldn't put it in words that damn you make a lot of things that are unenjoyable. You make a lot of that shit. Like his second album, the Butterfly album. I can't say that title. To Pimp a Butterfly. If I try to say it fast, it's not gonna happen. You won't like it. I won't like it. So I'm not gonna do it. Make sure my screen's thing on here. Make sure I hit y'all about these sounds. Nigga. What? Anyway, but it took me a long time to realize, yo, I actually don't like a lot of this shit. When I heard the second album, I'm like, yo, I don't rock with half of this. Half of this is like, why'd you make that song? Like, why'd you make this, right? And I didn't think that deeply into it because the way we see Kendrick is, you kind of do whatever, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Versus if it's Drake, you looking for them joints. That's the definition of greatness. And you tell you, like I keep telling y'all, they're gonna move the goalpost on you. All right, and you have to get to where you rely on the opinions of those around you who are the most invested in your success. The people who notice when you're winning, the people who congratulate you when you're winning. I don't mean kiss your ass. You know what? Actually, I'm not gonna do all that. If you get it fucked up, you just get it fucked up. I'm not gonna over explain. If you hear, you hear. You gotta be wrong. What's good, Tommy? So,
it was an apartheid country.
New sass.
Oh man.
so going back to the point I was making about the whole, in the effort to tear down Drake, again, like we said before, I'm sorry, when you're on top, people will always try to tie you to someone who's less talented. I said before. In an effort to do that, they've pushed him into a position that he's not really, you never really been on top. You kind of were a person that I think people like, and I do like Kendrick, right? But it was one of those things where it's like, you were always like this experimental kind of guy, you know what I mean? But some of it is good, right? But it's more like, we tolerate what you do. Not a lot of it's good. Like, Not Like Us was really annoying to me because that's not how Kendrick raps. Listen to Kendrick on Euphoria and listen to him rap on Not Like Us and really, because what it is that you can hear you're not even being yourself right now. This is not even this is not even your back, not even your bad. Like,
He don't know what's going on.
They never had my back.
He told me how much he wants to take.
They never had my back.
never had my back. And rather than you actually having joints that people organically like, you're being exposed every day for using bots. Actually, like now your label is about to lose a bunch of money by trying to use you to tear down someone else. And again, men gotta understand it's two things. You cannot build your success off the back of someone else. And men gotta accept you can't build your success off the back of a woman. And that's why right now, yo, this is what's going on
By the way, y'all came out
with
to
Beloved. You see this shit? This is what they posted for Kendrick's tour with SZA. 60% off. Buy tickets. Lowest guaranteed price. All right. Kendrick Lamar on tour with SZA selling fast. You understand? Do you know what that means? No one's buying these tickets. They first of all, he couldn't go out on tour by himself. They were not confident that he could sell tickets by himself. Why is that? You didn't let the bull go out there and get hot naturally. The way the boy been getting hot all these years is when he about to do an album, he dissed Drake, and Drake don't come down to his level. But now in hindsight, now I can see that Drake knew that this was going to happen. He had an idea, and he. This is kind of what he wanted to happen. Because Kendrick been doing this the whole time, and that's another thing too. If it was no bread involved, that's the only reason why it makes sense because it was always about the paper. Drake focused on the paper, and you gotta understand, thinking how niggas be thinking is again thinking that Drake is losing by getting $250 million and Kendrick is winning because he's wearing skinny bell bottom jeans and he got to say Drake, you took the biggest moment of your life and played yourself. You made that whole performance about how much you hate this other black guy. But at the same time, you're pro-black. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, not like us. There's a song that's mostly about how bad it is to be white. How bad you think it is to be white. Because you're saying Drake is a bad person because you think he's white, and also you want to label him as the worst thing you could possibly be for a rap battle, and then no one thought that was extremely low and foul, and the fact that Kendrick ain't put out that one tweet saying nothing about it. Azalea Banks made a really good point about it would have looked a lot better if Kendrick would have put out a tweet giving Drake props and and squashing it or saying something positive or saying we had fun and so on and so forth. He ain't do none of that. Why is that? Why all of a sudden do they have a personal vendetta? What was crazy was people who were just fans bought into the idea that Drake was somehow getting what he deserves. When you're a winner, you were someone's Goliath. And I want you to rethink that story. In what lifetime does David kill Goliath? That's not how that works. You gotta ask yourself, would you rather be David or Goliath? The Goliath story is based on the fact that he didn't take him serious. It doesn't matter if you're Goliath. You take every threat serious. Because one wrong move can lead to... There's a video that was on the Angry Man channel where he showed this guy, he had basically like a domino set up. One large slab followed by a smaller and shorter slab. The smallest one fell and knocked everyone down to knock down the biggest one with the biggest domino. And Angry Man was saying that the last domino has fallen for the women, especially for black people. Because make no mistake, this Kendrick and Drake shit also showed how stupid a lot of us are. How much a lot of us think like losers, right? How again because the David and Goliath complex you have. That's not how winning works. You resent winners. Also, you also misinterpret what power is. Broke people think rebelliousness is power. And again, this whole I'm against the industry type shit, I'm anti-industry, even though you get paid by a major label shit, it's played out. That's Kendrick Cole's whole vibe. I'm against the system, against the man, this and that. Nigga, the man, you on a man's platform, what the fuck are you talking about? What it is that white people understand that y'all like this shit. Y'all niggas is into this. Y'all think that this is doing something. But it's not. These are the same people who bought you sex. They put money behind Sexy Red and Glorilla. I really was cool when I have no more kids, man, but I be thinking more and more like, yo, I gotta put as many sons out here as possible. I gotta go have as many boys as possible. All right, because the best of us need to reproduce. We stop reproducing. We don't reproduce enough. That's the issue. If you are an exceptional man, I ain't saying have a million kids, but I'm just saying you gotta go have a few men, a few boys. Because when you put them guys out there, those are the men. We only need a few to change the world. We only need a few to lead the other men. And then we'll see a change happen. Because even with Drake, every man did a few shows on how Drake not being raised by a black family is what made Drake so successful. From the very beginning, people have been trying to discourage Drake from being who he is and rapping how he rap and making the music that he wants to make. And it's crazy. All these years later, this guy is still on top of the music industry. Still. The man just put out an album with no promotion. He basically has been able to play the game on his own terms. And to see the public hate on, we've never seen the public hate on an artist getting their independence. People are hating on Drake, setting precedent for other artists to get what they need to get and to be treated fairly. And y'all is seeing that as, well, you know, that's just lame that you're gonna sue somebody over a rap beef. And I'm like, when people said that, I'm like, damn, that's how easily you can be fed a narrative and be told what to think. You think that someone should give up $250 million to $500 million for the sake of being cool to you? Or being what you think is a gracious loser? Get the fuck out of here. Like I always say to you niggas in my comment section, who are you to be telling me how to think and what I should think? So I'm gonna keep doing these videos because I know you don't like it. I know you don't like it, and it's amazing looking at how pussified you niggas is. Ain't none of y'all in controlling y'all in y'all individual lives. And many of y'all you're not the man in your own house. I'm always the man in my house. I can't have it no other way. And you're not in control of your own destiny. You are so easily influenced. That's the problem with a lot of black men. You're so easily controlled by other people. You don't have your own mind. Religion and culture is a starting point. It's up to you. You have a responsibility to develop your own moral code and your own idea of right from wrong and continue to refine that until you pass away because it's worth doing. I do this thing because it is a good thing. I don't need any other reason. I do this thing because it is good. I don't need no other reason. That's how you live an amazing life. I do this good thing because it is a good thing. Okay? And people are going to discourage you from that. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
Come and get me, baby.
But anyway, going back to this whole thing with these ticket sales. Fam, what's going on here? Was 60% off. So you tell me that if there was 100, they not now all you need is $40. All you need right now is if they